Life on our planet in the oceans is amazing. It has evolved over many years, creating a variety of life forms, but some of them were especially impressive. People fish every day, live near the ocean, and marvel at its beauty and endless wonders. The sea is full of life and danger. Today, many species of sharks swim through our oceans, and we're especially fascinated by the great white shark. Powerful, mysterious, feared. But long ago, there lived a predator so massive, so terrifying, that even the great white shark would be nothing more than prey. A prehistoric giant that ruled the seas and, luckily for us, is now extinct. At least, we think it is. Megalodon was the largest shark to ever live, growing up to 60 feet long. That's almost the size of a school bus, or two. And its teeth? Some reached over 7 inches bigger than a human hand. Each one was a serrated blade designed to crush bone and rip through whale flesh with ease. Imagine this. You're swimming near a beautiful coral reef. The water is clear, the fish are colorful, everything feels peaceful. Then, out of the corner of your eye, you see it, a shadow, massive, silent, and suddenly, the Megalodon appears. How would you feel face to face with the largest predator in history? Let us know in the comments below. What color was the Megalodon? Well, we may never know for sure, but scientists believe it likely wore the colors of a perfect predator. Its back? Probably dark gray or even black, blended into the deep ocean from above. Its belly? A pale whitish color, helping it vanish against the sunlight when seen from below. This natural camouflage called countershading is still used by modern sharks today. But on a creature over 60 feet long, it made the Megalodon not just massive, but almost invisible until it was far too late. Megalodon thrived in the subtropical and temperate waters of both hemispheres. It ruled the ancient seas at a time when the oceans were overflowing with life-massive schools of fish that fed nearly every creature beneath the waves. But Megalodon wasn't content with small fry. It hunted giant fish, sure, but its appetite was legendary. It targeted whales, using its immense jaws to deliver bone-crushing bites. Whales were among its favorite prey, especially the young and vulnerable. And it didn't stop there. Megalodon also fed on giant sea turtles, and sometimes even smaller sharks of its own kind. No creature was safe if it swam within striking distance. In the prehistoric oceans, Megalodon wasn't just a predatorid, it was the apex nightmare. We often speak of space as the final frontier, but the truth is, there's an even greater mystery right beneath our feet, the ocean. More than 95% of the world's oceans remain unexplored. That means we've mapped more of Mars than we have of the deep sea. With that in mind, can we really say, with absolute certainty, what is or isn't living down there? One of the most haunting questions that continues to spark debate is whether the Megalodon might still exist, hidden in the deepest parts of the ocean. Not in the shallow, tropical waters where it once thrived, but somewhere far below, where light never reaches, and where human eyes almost never look. It sounds impossible, but is it? When we consider the vastness of the ocean and how little of it we've truly seen, it becomes a lot harder to rule things out completely. New species are discovered all the time, some enormous, some ancient, and some thought to have gone extinct millions of years ago. The coelacanth, for example, was believed to have vanished with the dinosaurs, and yet it was found alive in the 20th century. It had been there all along. But when it comes to the Megalodon, there's more to the story, especially about why it disappeared in the first place. The Earth was changing. Ocean temperatures began to drop as the planet entered a cooler phase. Warm water species were forced to migrate or vanish. Entire ecosystems shifted, and with them, the balance of power in the oceans. Megalodon, adapted to a very specific environment, may have found itself with less space to survive and fewer opportunities to hunt. It wasn't just the climate, though. New competitors were emerging, smaller, more agile predators better suited for the colder, evolving oceans. These changes might not have killed the Megalodon overnight, but over time, they chipped away at its dominance, making it harder and harder to survive. Still, extinction is a hard thing to prove, especially in a place as mysterious as the ocean. And that's where the speculation begins. Some point to strange sonar readings, unexplained ocean disturbances, or scars on marine animals that don't quite match any known species. None of it is solid evidence, but none of it is fully explained either. So where does that leave us? Probably not with a living Megalodon, but also not with a clear answer. We simply don't know enough about what's down there. Until we do, the idea of something ancient, powerful, and hidden in the deep will continue to live in our imagination and maybe, just maybe, in the water itself.